Hello, this is a recording of the assignment for FIN 321, the calculation of beta. We'll start by opening Excel, and we also need a browser to open. So here we're going to go to Yahoo Finance and say yes. And let's just open that all up. And this is a simplified version of what I was showing in class. So let's look for get our Apple information first. And what we want to do here is go to historical data. Then we want to say from 01/01/1981 to the present, say, and then we want to go to also to monthly, and let's do that. We say apply. So there we see we now have monthly data. So next we're going to download this data. And then, well, we can just open up here. And we actually don't need most of this data. We'll just keep the date and the adjusted close. We'll delete. And I'll double click on the partition to get it to show all the dates. So that's one thing we need here. So we've got here. And I'll come back to what we need next. But let's go back here. Let's search for S&P. Oops, not even close. P500, and let's look here at the index here. We just want the whole S&P. And, well, we have to reset the time here again. Done again. We go to frequency, monthly, and apply. And again, we see that we have the monthly ending values. So we say download data. And open that up. And again here, we don't need most of this data, so we'll delete it just to make this simpler. So we will, though, copy these two, and we'll go to our Apple data, and then we'll just put this here. We'll paste it. So as we see, we have matching data. Let me just actually insert one column here. I want a little bit more room. Now, for Apple, we actually want to calculate in either decimal or percentage terms. Let's do it, sake of argument, let's do it, that cell minus the prior divided by the prior to get our return. So that's minus, you can see it dipped, that's correct. So let's go back and multiply that by 100 to convert it to percent. So, and then let's just copy that and do it for all of our data all the way down to 1981, and we'll paste. Similarly, we have to convert here for, I'll say here, I'll give it a title, percent return, and here we're going to have SP 500%. We're going to do the same thing. So we're going to actually just copy this, and because Excel maintains its relationships by cell, we can just copy the formula, it's a relative formula, so we just copy it all and we paste it here. And that gives us, it's adjusted for the F column. So now we have our Y, we have our X. In a previous example, I actually downloaded data from the Ken French site. We don't have to do that. That was a little bit more elaborate. So let's just create our Y and our X. Y equals and x equals SP500. This is actually equivalent to what I might have shown you before. So we simply say equals that and equals that. And we're going to just copy all of this and paste. Now, let me open this wide here and go to data. Now, as in class, I discussed that on the upper right hand here, I have data analysis because I've added this so-called add-in. Suppose you don't see that when you open up your Excel. You go to File, you go to Options, you say Add-ins here, and we want to do the Excel Analysis Tool Pack. And then we go down and we say Go. And then again we say OK. And you should then now see data analysis up here if you didn't see it before. So let's go to data analysis then, and we say regression. We say OK. And we're going to now identify our X range, which will be and we're going to identify we identified our Y range. We're going to identify our X range here. Sorry, I had that reversed. Y, now X. And enter. And so now we simply say we're going to leave, we don't click the constant 0, we want a constant, and we're just going to say OK. And what we have here is a beta now of 1.19, and it's statistically significant. It's well over 2. So for the last 35 years or so, the beta of Apple has been about 1.2 versus 1 for the market here. So Apple over the last 30 years has been somewhat more volatile or somewhat more risky relative to the market. So that's our result that we wanted to see. Let's go back here. There were 2 other ways to do this. Like I want you to do the regression, but let's do 2 equivalent ways. Beta, by definition, equals covariance of y and x. So let's just do that. Equals using the Excel function, and we just now identify the 2 series here, and we find their covariance, and we should get put a comma here, and also this one here. I will just use covar here. And pause here. All right. All right. Well, I forgot. The reason it didn't work is I forgot something. Equals variance of x. That's the correct formula here. So I didn't quite get this right. So I've got to add, variance of this last data series here. Okay, and you get the same answer, 1.18. So, sorry for the little bit delay there, but that is the correct answer compared to doing the regression. So there are 2 ways to do it. We could also do similarly that beta equals slope, of these two, take the slope function in Excel, we get exactly the same answer. So there are several ways, but I want you to do the regression as your assignment. So that's essentially end